Welcome you legends back to another video, and today we're doing a career mode save with Tottenham. Tottenham are having a season to forget, currently sitting in 15th in the Premier League, and without a win in the last 6 games, you could only describe it as diabolical. And so, after a trophyless 16 years and failed manager experiments, they've called on us to come and turn it around. Now we're doing this on the start point save. Kind of. This is a message to EA. You've brought out something incredible. Update it weekly. You do it with Ultimate Team. We need it in career mode as well. So we've replicated it as much as possible. We're on 24 points. We're in 15th. Yes, West Ham should be on 27. Yes, Wolves should be on 16. But we've just tried to do it as close as we can. So this season we have one goal. Steady the ship, sort out the team, and just get through the season and don't be relegated. And if we can do that, we'll have some new objectives in the summer to help us go and rebuild our team. So this is what we've inherited, and it isn't beautiful by any stretch of the imagination. There is a lot of work to do, but I definitely think it won't be a problem with us staying up this season. It's definitely good enough for that. And although it isn't going great in the league, we're doing okay in the Europa League. We're currently in the top 6. Top 8 guarantees us automatic placement into the knockout rounds. So if we can win our final game, we'll be in a great spot to go and challenge for some more silverware. And we have Watford next in the FA Cup 4th round. And we are currently beating Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. One more game to go and we could be in a final to win some silverware. So we rushed into the next few games as they're absolutely pivotal to stabilizing our season. We had 4 games across 4 competitions. If we could do well in all of these, we'd really get the ball rolling and stand ourselves in good stead to go and attack the rest of the year and really kick on. So firstly, we came up against Elfsborg and we picked them off fairly easily in the Europa League to go through to the knockout rounds. This is huge. A European competition under our belt early would be massive for our confidence. After our game in midweek, we moved swiftly on to our first Premier League game in charge of Tottenham, where we needed to end this 6-game streak without a win. We done that nicely versus Brentford, with the goals being supplied from Pedro Porro and Heung-min Son. After 2 fairly easy games, we moved on to our first big challenge, Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. It was the return leg, we were 1-0 up, and we would need this to go our way to have a quick chance of going for silverware. Luckily enough, a draw was played out, which was enough to secure ourselves a place in the final versus our North London rivals Arsenal. And the 4th and final game of this 4-game streak that was so important to us is the FA Cup versus Watford. A win here would continue our success, keep us rolling, and be important to continue fighting for these big trophies. And once again we were successful with a big 2-0 win, Son and Bentancur in on the action. This is huge. We now have a stepping stone to go and grow on in the season in 4 different competitions. In the midst of this, we did have the transfer window, but we didn't want to do any action. We want all the money being saved up for the summer so we can go and make a big splash. And so here we are at the EFL Cup final day, and it's been a fairly mixed period between the Watford game and now. A few wins in the league, we're out of the FA Cup, which is frustrating, but we do advance in the Europa League. So we try to focus on what's next. We're doing okay generally, but there's a lot more to go. But this is where we need to put our eyes to now. This is a chance at silverware to break the curse of Tottenham. Let's jump into this and see if we can beat our North London rivals. As well to offload it. Marino. Back to Martinelli. It's going to be a goal. The movement and the football is just far superior to what we're offering. We need to do better. Arsenal take the lead. Mikel Arteta goes crazy. Into Bergvall. Doggy. Looks for the early ball for Heung-min Son, who rolls it quickly! Instant response! Down the left side, Heung-min Son comes on the inside, quick touch and finish, and we're back in the game! Ødegaard wins it. One high up, here's Son driving. He's a nuisance in these areas. He reverses it. Rodrigo Bentancur! 2-1 on the stroke of half-time! Lacking play with the ball from Arsenal, and Tottenham make them pay. It's just too tight in there. Good steal, now we can break. Bergvall clips it for Heung-min Son. Ben White can't get there. Heung-min Son finds Dominic Solanke, who could surely wrap this up. The Tottenham trophy drought is almost over. It has to go terribly wrong from here if we're not going to take this home. Rice plays it, but there it is. First trophy in 16 years. We win the same trophy that we won back then, the Carabao Cup, which I'm sure at that point was called the Carling Cup. It's been so long. But a huge turnaround with Heung-min Son, Bentancur and Solanke all getting in on the action. Here we go, baby. Heung-min Son steps up in probably his final season with the club. He lifts that gorgeous trophy for the Tottenham Hotspur fans. They can't believe there's silverware coming back to that trophy cabinet. It's the first, hopefully, of many. And hopefully that gives the board the sense that they've chosen the right man. Good start to this Tottenham save. So at this point, we had two competitions still to run, the Europa League and the Premier League. Right now, sitting around mid-table in the Premier League is not ideal. If we can try and shoot ourselves up a little bit higher just to be in a better spot, that would be great. But with the Europa League, we have a real chance at a big piece of silverware there. And with that in mind, we fast forward to the end of the season. And luckily, we're not even in the bottom 13. Considering we started 15th, that is good progress. We keep moving up and we finish 10th. So 10th is not a bad spot. I'm mid-table, literally mid-table. From where we were, I will take that all day long. But the question is, how did we do in the Europa League? Well, as Man United won the final and we weren't involved, that means we didn't make it. Where did we slip up? It was in the semi-finals. We lost on penalties to the eventual winners. That is such a shame, especially after being up in the first leg. Now, our top scorer finished 10th in the top scorers list. Heung-min Son picked up 15 for the season. Really pivotal for us turning this around. Also came second in the assist leaderboard, finishing with 10, but some way off the league leader in Salah, 17 this season. And Vicario finishes as our best clean sheet holder, even though he was missing for the entire second half of the season. Now to recap the year, Liverpool win the Premier League. It goes right down to the wire, equal on points with Arsenal, but winning it out on goal difference. The FA Cup goes to Chelsea after beating Leicester 1-0 in the final. Atalanta win the Champions League on penalties versus Barcelona. 3-3 in regular time. And for some reason, this must be a glitch, the Conference League never went past the playoffs. It just never started the knockout rounds. But here we are, we're at the end of the season. We're going to try and kick on next year, really rebuild the team. But we've got over the curse. The first trophy is in the cabinet, and that's a massive win. If you're enjoying the video, do please leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to stay notified. It helps the channel massively. So moving into season 2, there's going to be big changes, and we've got 3 objectives to help us complete this rebuild. Number 1, the culture at Tottenham just isn't there. They're not serial winners, and we need that to be the case. So anyone rated 83 rated or higher is going to be sold this window. We're going to replace them with young, hungry talent. We're going to create that culture at the club. 2, we need to bring in a star player, someone that will lead us and take us to the next level, someone to build the team around. And 3, the view of this is to play high intensity, enjoyable football that the fans would love. So to do that, we're going to bring in young talent that can really go and attack this league and create a really enjoyable style of football, including high intensity gegenpressing. The budget doesn't look like it's going to be a problem at all, so we're just going to focus on bringing in the players that we really want and create a team that would be really exciting to watch. And so we need to rush into this transfer window because we got rid of 22 players in total, brought in 9, so I'm going to try and speed run this so you don't get too bored. So Maddison left for 75 million, Pedro Porro went out for 65 million, Kulusevski went back to Juventus for 62, Van de Ven went to Milan for 60, Son went to Juventus with Kulusevski for 58 million, Vicario went out for 49 million, Romero left back to Atalanta for 40 million, Richarlison goes to Manchester United for 24.5 million, Solomon leaves for 15.5 million, Højbjerg leaves for 15 million. Davies leaves for 4.8 million. Craig for 1.8. Finally, Keeley leaves for 470k. We also loaned out Gray to Atalanta, Kinski to Wolves, Mintjok to Celta Vigo, Devine to Bournemouth, Moore to Besiktas, Scarlett to Getafe, Donnelly to Burnley, Abbott to Levante, and Dorrington to Braunschweig. And so to look at the transfers, firstly we bring in our first objective. The star man Šeško comes in for 35 million plus Dominic Solanke. That's a big deal, and we're going to have a top number 9 now to run our line. We also brought in some players to strengthen our starting lineup at the back. So Simikan comes in for 37.5 million, Brathwaite for 32 million, Martinez from Girona for 30 million, and Trubin from Benfica for 27.5 million. We also strengthened our midfield rotations. Firstly, we brought in Gabriel Sara for 28 million from Galatasaray. We then brought in Brais Mendes from Sociedad, another 28 million pound deal. And finally, Ramsey, who had moved to Fulham, we picked him up for 28 million to make sure we were rotating well in the middle of the park. And finally, there was 2 more deals, players that just rotate with the team. So Leonhardt comes in for 18 million. The Austrian will offer us our backup centre-back. And then Jared Bowen has come in from Villarreal for 33 million to really strengthen our right-wing rotations. And after a really chaotic transfer window, tried to get through that as quickly as possible. This is the team. A little bit of work with the coaches, we're looking good. This is a really solid squad. We're coming together, we're performing well. I'm really happy with how we've kicked off. And now, after that transfer window, we've completed our other 2 objectives. So now we can rush into the save and turn this group into an absolute bunch of superstars. And so, after just over a quarter of the season gone, we're in 4th. We're having a fantastic start to the season, and we're currently only 2 points off top. This is a really great place to be. Your winner of the 2025 Ballon d'Or is Vinicius Jr. Of course, it's going to be either him or Haaland at this point. And so finally, we reached the halfway stage, and we're doing okay. We're 5th. We are outside of our goal, which is the top 4. Liverpool just a point ahead of us, but there are some big teams. City, United, Chelsea also in there. It's going to be really tough to break into that top 4, but we're going to do everything we can to make that happen. And our star player is doing what he was brought in to do, and that's to score goals. 13 from Benjamin Šeško is absolutely massive. However, because we're on the verge of the top 4 and a player of Šeško's ability should be in the Champions League, I'm setting a rule. If we don't make the top 4 this season, we will have to sell him next summer. Now, as you'll know from my videos, I don't tend to do a lot of January business, but there was some done this season. 2 players loaned out to Fulham. They've gone across London to go and get some game time. So firstly, Lucas Bergvall has gone out for half a year. The same goes for the French winger Odebert. Both out for half a season, will come back in the summer. We also released Alfie Whiteman, the goalkeeper. We wanted to bring in someone better for our rotation options, so he has gone out. We've just released him. And then we've brought 2 players in to replace Odebert as our rotational player. We've brought in Diop, 22 million from Sevilla. Really good addition. Can't wait to see what the Moroccan can do. And then also Carl Rushworth from Brighton. They had about 5 keepers, so we took one of them off their hands for £5 million. We have a much better rotational goalkeeper now. And now that doesn't do a lot to our starting lineup, but this is how we look. The starting lineup is getting better and the reserves and bench are improving. So we're looking really solid, and I can't wait to see how we look by the start of next season, because I think there's some place to grow here for a few of our young talents. So we reach the end of the season and we finish in 5th, which means we're going to have to get rid of Benjamin Šeško. Oh, we were just 5 points off Champions League football. How has it ended like this? I mean, it's even more painful when it comes out that Benjamin Šeško is the player of the season. He's literally dominated the league. Surely why do we have to get rid of him? What a season from this guy. He scored 32 goals and 38 to win the Golden Boot. No wonder he was the player of the season. It is so annoying. I don't think I'll ever get over this pain. Gabriel Sara had a fantastic year as well. 11 assists to match with Haaland. Very impressive. Top assist record for him. Absolutely outrageous, by the way, that Trubin has played a full 38-game season and only picked up 2 clean sheets. He needs to pick this up next season. This is not good enough. And just to recap all of the winners this season, so Chelsea win the Premier League in this campaign. Manchester City win the FA Cup after beating United 3-1 in the final. Liverpool beat Southampton 2-1 in the Carabao Cup final to bring home the League Cup. Our North London rivals Arsenal win the Champions League with a 3-2 win in the final versus Bayern. Roma win on penalties to beat Lazio. They win the Europa League. And there must be a continued glitch in this save with the live start points, so we're no longer going to look at the Conference League. And so in what was a stabilizing season, a shame to not finish in the Champions League, be losing our star player, and we'll have to rebuild in that area again. This is absolutely devastating, although we have made great progress. And so we had a very intense transfer window, lots of action, so I'm going to take you through all of the activity now. Bissouma has left for £22 million. Region, our backup left back, has gone out for £8.2 million. The same goes for our rotational right back, Jed Spence. He's left for £4.3 million. And our young talent, Alfie Dorrington, has left for £1.6 million. We just weren't going to use him this season. We also loaned out quite a few players. So Kinski has gone to Newcastle for the year. Donnelly has gone to Burnley. Moore has gone to Stade Rennes in France. Bergval continues his development in England, playing for Bournemouth for the season. Odegaard has taken a big step up and he's actually been loaned out to Spain to play for Real Madrid. Min Hyuk continues his development, getting some Premier League experience at Wolves. And Alfie Devine has gone to Villarreal. He will spend the season in Spain. And so we'll move into the purchases. We picked up Sugawara from Southampton for £16 million. A big upgrade from Jed Spence, and will be really clutch if we need someone to replace Martinez. We've done the same on the other side, so when a doggy needs to be replaced, we've now got Oosterwolde. We've picked him up for £26 million. It looks incredible at 80 rated. And now, no team outside of the Premier League came for Šeško, so we decided to make a big move. We needed to get rid of him, so we brought home an aging legend. Harry Kane returns after a big stint at Bayern Munich, and now Šeško goes to Bayern the other way. So a complete swap deal. We've definitely lost out on it in terms of value, but we've got a hell of a striker in Harry Kane. Now, just a reminder that Harry Kane is 47 goals away from equaling Alan Shearer's record of goals in the Premier League. I'm not sure he'll be able to do it at 33 years of age, but we're going to give it a try. So with the transfer window done, this is the team. Looking really solid, looking just as good as we were last year, if not better. So hopefully we can continue that on and really push on this season into the top 4, Champions League football, and everything else that comes afterwards. And so at the 10-game mark, we're doing okay. We're in second. Really good progression. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool all dropped off a little bit, so we need to be ready for when they come back into the frame and really try to attack us, but a good start is always positive. Man City, though, absolutely killing it. 30 points from 30, absolutely unreal. They're going to be a real nightmare to deal with this season. Another nightmare to deal with is Vinicius Jr. He wins the Ballon d'Or again. 2 seasons in a row now for the Brazilian. Hopefully we don't have to come against Real Madrid anytime soon. And so here we are at the midway point, second in the league, 2 points back from City. We've had an incredible 9 games here, and now we're really in the question for Premier League title status. But it is something where we've got so much still to do. There's going to be slip-ups, I'm sure. Can we stay at higher quality consistently than Man City? And so here we are at the midway stage, second in the league, 10 points clear of third. So we're right up there and just 2 points off City. We are challenging. The question is, can we stay consistently as good as City the remainder of the season and even take it a little bit further? Is the Premier League in our grasp? this year. Now, replacing Šeško with Kane has been a very good piece of business. He's only played 15 games, but he's picked up 13 goals. The Kane versus Haaland debate will start again, I'm sure. And so we jump into the January window, and there wasn't a lot of movement at all. In fact, we didn't have any desire to do any business, but a sizable bid came in for Bryce Mendes. At 30 years old, we felt like we had to take it. So he's popped off to Bournemouth for £26 million. We've brought in a replacement from Southampton, a player with some Premier League experience now. Kamara, 82 rated, he cost us 44 million, and now he not only strengthens our rotations, but also makes our team even younger. Another thing that's been going on in this first half of the season is the Europa League, and we came out top of the group. We're looking like the top dog, even though there's teams like Liverpool, Juventus in here. We've outdone all of them. Hopefully we can continue that into the knockouts, go and get another trophy. And so after the window, this is the team, with the new addition of Lamine Camara coming into centre midfield, players getting better with the coaching. We are doing really well. I can't wait to see what we can do for the remainder of the season. We're going to jump into the second half of the season because it's going to get juicy. Lots to play for. And so here we are. This is the semi-final of the Europa League. We've even knocked out teams like Leipzig on the journey here. We've done so well to reach this stage. It's 1-1 after the first leg. If we can get a result, we book ourselves a place in a European final. Can we get over the line? Please, please, please. Yes, we can. Bryan Gil and Lamine Camara score the goals and put us through to our European final. And so the cup final's here, and it's against Liverpool, an all-England affair. Can we do it? Can we win that coveted trophy? Let's get into it. Releases for Kirkez. Away from it. It's a terrible tackle and it's a penalty. Simican gives it up. It's a yellow card, and Liverpool have a chance within 3 minutes to take the lead. Mohamed Salah readies himself. Ruben saves a hero's chance, and he takes it. A challenge. Simican wins it. Brennan Johnson finds Gabriel Sara, who looks for an on-running Harry Kane. He's in a good spot. He's got even more space after Van Dijk's error. It's 1-0. Through the Englishman, through the Tottenham legend, and Harry Kane puts us in the lead. You don't expect Harry Kane to win a foot race, but he's put through. And when Van Dijk dives in too early, he's going to take that chance. Easy goal. Tottenham 1-0. The start we definitely needed. Who engages 2 of the Liverpool players and drives back down this right-hand side. No serious options available, so he just tries to get inside. Here is Arnau Martinez, who finds Lamine Camara off the bar. Lovely play from Sarr just to keep it moving along. Now Gravenberch has been engaged. Looks for Bryan Gil on the inside of Kadioglu. He's there. Can't see the chance, but Kane! Maybe just too close to the keeper. But a huge save from the Georgian. Beats the press nicely. Now McAllister's released. Branthwaite gets in. Simican tries to steal it. He steals too high. And Nunes hits it. Just wide. Steals it. He's trying to get released. He now finds Chiesa down the right side. Tries to get a challenge. Save from Trubin in the last minute. We just have to weather a corner now. It's whipped in. Simican tries to get there. Sarah rebars it away. And that is it. The Europa League is ours. Another trophy in the cabinet. Fans are starting to be quiet about that trophy haul. Things are changing here in North London. And Harry Kane, the returning saviour in this classical tie. After a torrent 16 years, I've come in, acquired some new talents, created a new team, and we are changing the ties for Tottenham Hotspur. Arnau, the captain, steps up. Really great addition at right back. He's been solid for us. And here we are, Tottenham Hotspur, the Europa League champions. And now we move into the Champions League next season. I wonder what we can do. And so after the craziness of the Europa League, we also had the craziness of the league. We finished second. We're sort of split between third and first in terms of we're not really closer to one or the other. So we've got a long way to go to jump up to that next level and win a title. But really good start in this save. Really good progression from the team. We're really starting to look like a powerhouse. And so Harry Kane is a huge contributor to that success. 29 goals. What a signing to bring him back. He's been incredible. And let's just say, with the 29 from this season, we're now up to 242 goals. Meaning, if we are going to break the record, Harry Kane needs to have a 19-goal season in next year's campaign. There's a big chance of it if he's performing this well. Our top assister was Brian Hill. He came up in 7th with 9 assists, but a little way off Jack Grealish with 13, so he wasn't right near the top, but he's had a fantastic season nonetheless. And Ruben has turned it around. 2 clean sheets last year, 16 this year. Something's clicked, the defense has got better, he has improved himself, and now finally we're really starting to look solid at the back. Also, to look at the other competitions, United win the FA Cup, a win versus Everton in the final, 2-0, brings home that domestic trophy. Liverpool beat City 2-1 to win the Carabao Cup, and Real Madrid beat Barcelona 3-0 to win the Champions League. And so another special year in the books, another trophy in the cabinet, and we are starting to look like an unbelievable side. The Champions League is up next. This is the real test. Can we go and take it on and win the biggest trophy in Europe? And so with a new season comes the new transfer market, and we had quite a few outgoings to go through. Destiny Udogie went to Juventus for 46 million. Rodrigo Bentancur went out to Man City for 30 million. Soufiane Diop left for 20 million this summer. And Dragusan went to Saudi Arabia for 10 million pounds. We also loaned out some of our talents, so Rushworth has gone to Porto this year, and Kinski will be our backup goalkeeper. Alfie Devine has gone to Newcastle, so he's getting another Premier League loan. Donnelly has gone to Luton for the year to continue his development. Mikey Moore has gone to Crystal Palace for the season, and Bergvall has gone to Nottingham Forest, another Premier League loan for him. But we did bring in 3 big transfers. So firstly, Roll has come in for 30 million, 82 rated central midfielder, will replace Bentancur, and I can't wait to see what he can do. We also bring in Zabani from Bournemouth, £24 million deal to get the centre back to us, and the Ukrainian is going to offer us much better rotations over Dragusan. And then finally, Hato, 17 million plus Jared Bowen to bring him in, and he will replace Destiny Udogie on that left back role, and I cannot wait to see whether he can match his potential. And so after a crazy window, this is the team. It has really come together. I mean, 87s across the front line. Kane is slowly declining, so we need to make sure we're on top of that. Hopefully he can have the impact he needs to in this season and get that record goal scoring title in the Premier League. We've also got incredible midfield talent now. Kamara is still growing. I can't wait to see where this team ends up by the end of the season. Now, in the middle of this transfer window, we have a Super Cup game versus Real Madrid. A big test for us. We're going to jump into this, see if we can get a result. We cannot. Mbappe wins it in the 87th minute. It's a trophy I don't really care too much about, but it would have been nice to win it had we have got the win. Now, after an impressive window, we jumped into the season, and at the halfway point, we're doing very well. We're second in the league. We're doing well to battle teams like Man City, Liverpool, Villa around us, but we are not yet there. We're not that team that goes and wins the Premier League. I'm not sure what we need to do to get to that stage. Hopefully the second half of the season can tell us. And now our top scorer so far is Harry Kane. He's picked up 12 so far this season in the first half. This means he needs just Seven goals to become the all-time record scorer in Premier League history. Now, we didn't have any impact in the window this year. We stayed with what we have. We're very happy with the team that we've put together. And now we can push into the second half of the season, try and challenge teams like City for the title and get some of those big pieces of silverware that will really turn the tide of how people see Tottenham Hotspur. We also done really well in the Champions League, finishing 4th in the group stages, automatically through to the knockouts. Now we can kick on and really go for it. We're in the final 16. Let's see what we can do. And so we continue to rush into the season, and we're in the round of 16 versus Juventus. Now, we are 1-0 up after the first leg. We're going to see if we can get a result, move in to the quarterfinals. Yes, we can. Kamara gets sent off, but Hill and Sarr pick up goals and send us through to the final 8. And then we continue into the quarterfinals, and we have Real Madrid. We're 2-1 down. We've lost Martinez, our right back, to a red card, and the same goes for Kane. Branthwaite's been out for a little while, so Zabani's holding in. There's a lot of rotation players in here. To have to turn this around with them in the team is an outrageous ask. So we're going to jump into it, see what the result is. It's a 3-2 loss. It does go to extra time, but Real Madrid come up stronger in the final 30. We're out of the Champions League. And now we've got a little side story as Harry Kane scores his 18th goal of the season, meaning he is equal with Alan Shearer's record of 260 Premier League goals. We're going to jump into the next game and see if we can score him that record-breaking goal. The record is ahead of us. Harry Kane has a chance. At Sheffield United, he has to score against. This is a major moment for him if he can get this over the line and become the all-time Premier League top scorer. Sarr picks it up into Kane. Nice little play with Bryan Hill. Finds Harry Kane! Leathers it in for 261 Premier League goals, and the record is broken. Alan Shearer no longer the top dog. It is Harry Kane. Walter Healy steps back and clips it through, and the volley is outrageous as it flies into the top corner. The Englishman is a true Premier League legend. And so it's been a pretty special year, but it's about to get, or there's a chance for it to get, even more special. We are 2 points clear at the top of the table. 1 game remaining. City have Fulham, we have Newcastle. If we win our game, it's guaranteed that we win the league. If we draw, City could overtake us. Let's jump into this final game and see if we can win Tottenham the Premier League title. Oh, this is looking saucy. Premier League title on the line. A win will guarantee it. Let's get into this game and see what we can do. Sarr loses out. Anthony Gordon into Isak. A few of the original Newcastle boys forming together, but they find Fratesi, who scores early. Tottenham's Premier League title hopes are in tatters. Oh, what a chance for us to go and get the lead up the other end, but now Newcastle go up their end and score a vital goal. It releases Kamara out to Bryan Hill, who can use the space vacated from the wing back. Here's Harry Kane, he gets taken down. Lloyd Kelly gives away a penalty, and Harry Kane will have a chance from the spot. Harry Kane, a vital penalty, takes it, top corner. 1-1. Tottenham trying to get back quickly and get another goal. Beautiful penalty from Harry Kane on the ball. Looks for Lloyd Kelly. It's a wayward pass. And now Lamine Kamara can take it. And he looks for Harry Kane. Can he get a second of the day? No, he can't. Di Gregorio. But Brennan Johnson finds himself on the rebound. And now we're in the lead. The Premier League title is in within our grasp. Beautiful ball to Kane, he slots it, but it's an unbelievable save. But somehow Johnson steals in and gets that vital touch as it goes underneath the defender and puts Tottenham in the lead. McCann dropped. Martinez has to get there, and he does with a very vital challenge. Here's Harry Kane now, away from Lloyd Kelly, away from everyone, to seal the deal! 3-1, Harry Kane with the goal. And that will be it. Tottenham win the Premier League, and that drought of big trophies is finally over. Out to Gordon. Can't get there. Is that a penalty? Oh, now Martinez dives in. It's literally in the corner of the box. Is there one more twist in the tail? Isak steps up. Top corner. The comfort has gone. Now it's time to settle in and be resolute. We can't slip up now. Just trying to get a little Newcastle forward. Brennan Johnson though looks for the ball, finds Harry Kane, who finishes it off in glory. Kane with a hat-trick in the last minute. That will confirm it for sure. Tottenham are Premier League champions. Lovely ball from Johnson. The touch is beautiful, and it's a snap finish into the bottom corner past the Italian. And now Tottenham finally can shrug off the haters. And that is it, straight from the kickoff. Premier League champions at last. The fans are loving it. And here we go, baby. The Premier League title. Finally, a slog of a season. Harry Kane pivotal through it all. And now we get the glory of it. Now Martinez crowns us as champions. That is it. What a season. Now we need to go and do the same in Europe. And so, after all of that action, this is how the table looks. We win by 2 points. We beat Manchester City. And now it's time to grow and continue that on. We're going to go for Europe next season. The Champions League is within our grasp as well. Now, Kane had another fantastic season. 32 goals, though, from Erling Haaland. Pip him to the Golden Boot. 23 for Kane. Still an unbelievable season. To think he was thinking about retiring during this year. Hopefully he's with us for one more season. Sarah and Johnson have incredible years, finishing first and second in the assist leaderboard, but Sarah coming top with 15. That's an outrageous season from the Brazilian. And Trubin continues to be an outrageously good goalkeeper. 15 clean sheets this season, 4 clear of second. Really great year from the Ukrainian. And then to recap the other competitions, so the FA Cup goes to Arsenal after a 3-1 win in the final. The Carabao Cup goes to Palace, 4-3 win in the final versus Aston Villa. The team that knocked us out, Real Madrid, win the Champions League, beating PSG on penalties. And Frankfurt win on penalties versus AC Milan to win the Europa League. So a fantastic end to Season 4. We now move into Season 5. Where everything, all our eyes are just on European glory. Can we get it? And so moving into Season 5, we got some business done, moved some players around, and now we have one hell of a team. So firstly, Alfie Devine has left for £28 million, wanting to go and have a career. He was just going to be stuck on our bench. Ramsey has gone out for 24 million. He just wasn't going to play, so he's gone to West Ham. Leonhardt has gone to Aston Villa for 16 million. Dane Scarlett has gone out for 6 million. And Sugawara has gone out for 17 million. We also loaned Moore to Newcastle and Donnelly to Frankfurt, and Austin has been released. And so we moved into the market to make some big deals, and now we're a lot stronger for it. So firstly, Fresneda comes in for 25 million. He will replace Sugawara as our rotational right back. Kusanov has come in for 42 million. He's going to replace Leonhardt and be our rotational centre back with Zabani. And then we've dropped Harry Kane to the bench as he fades out from his career. He is the record goal scorer. He'll continue to pick up goals. But we've brought someone back, a legend from season 1. Benjamin Šeško comes in for 170 million. 91 rated. He is going to elevate us to the next level and fill in that gap from where Harry Kane has slowed down. Let's see what we can do in season 5, because this team is outrageous. And so after that window, this is the team. It looks incredible, and I cannot wait to see what they can do this season. Really excited for the season ahead. I think there's a lot to play for, and I think we're ready and in the right space to go and challenge for it. Now, I accidentally didn't record my mic here, so I'm just going to do a little voiceover. Here we are, we're playing Arsenal. If we win, we win. We don't care. Oh, we win on penalties. Woo! Let's go! It was Community Shield. No one cares. Now, in this season, Vinicius wins the Ballon d'Or in 2028. He continues to thrive. What a player. Maybe in one of our future rebuilds, we're going to have to try and pick this guy up. And so we reached just over the halfway stage. 20 games gone. We are first by 4 points. A good lead at this stage in the season. It is a little bit tight. We still have the advantage. Really good start. The league isn't the most important thing, though. It's the Champions League. Can we do well in that and continue our form? We need to get to those knockouts and put on a show. So here are the top scorers at this point in the season, and Šeško and Johnson doing well. 4th and 5th respectively, but they're equal on goals, 12 goals in total. But the surprising one here, Serhu Guirassy has moved to Ipswich Town, number 1, and 2 has scored 16 goals in 15 games. What a start for the lad. And with the Champions League, we had a fantastic group stage, finishing 2nd just behind PSG in a really good spot. We're going to jump into the knockouts now as we've automatically qualified, and hopefully we can end this career mode series this season. We have just gone past the January window as well, and this is how the team looks. We haven't brought anyone in. There was no movement. We are happy with our team. I'm really happy with what we've assembled here, both in the starting lineup and the rotations. A nice mix of the youth what we had at the start to the team that we've brought in, the players that we've rotated. It looks beautiful. So it really is now or never, I feel. If we can't do it now, I don't know what we're going to improve. So many of the players are at the top of their game. Also, a beautiful side story. We win Manager of the Year. We've done something special here with Tottenham, and I just want to say what is so funny about this. We literally were on the verge of being sacked at the end of last season. What is this game with the objectives? They're so broken, but then here we are as the best manager. What an accomplishment. Huge moment. We are going to the top this season. This is just a good omen, I can tell. And so here we are. It's the real deal now, the knockout stages. But our first test is Slavia Praha, and we've done well. 2-1 in the first leg. I'd hope for a little bit more against a team like this. So hopefully we can make an easy second leg. It wasn't. 2-2 in the end. But all that I care about is getting through. A win is a win into the quarterfinals. We also have a cup final, the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever you call it. We're in the final versus Villa, and a chance at another piece of silverware. Now we've already won this competition, so we're just going to sim through this and see if we can pick up this trophy. We can! Lamine Camara, and then a late Šeško goal confirms us as champions of the Carabao Cup. And so it's time for the quarterfinals. AC Milan in the second leg, 3-2 up after the first leg. We're away at the San Siro. Can we get a big result and put ourselves in the semis? Please, 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 a win! A win is enough, and Arnau Martinez, the right back, is the saviour. We are through to the final 4, and this is really getting serious now. And now we're at the final hurdle, and I'm pretty sure we're already over it. 5-1 in the first leg of the semi-final means we are most likely qualifying for the Champions League final. We just have to do better than a 4-0 loss. So let's jump into this. Eintracht Frankfurt, will you please take it easy on me? We didn't take it easy on them. Šeško with a double, Hill with one. And now we're in a Champions League final with Tottenham. And so we get to the end of another season, and this time it is as comfortable as it can be. 92 points, well ahead of the competition. A big 17-point gap from second of the table means we have won the Premier League for 2 consecutive years. This is brilliant. It's the exact confidence booster we need going into a cup final against one of the biggest teams in Spain. And check out Šeško's performance in the second half of the year. He overtakes Garassi. He continues his goal scoring form. 27 goals for the striker, an incredible season in his returning year. I'm so happy to have him back. But without any further ado, here is the Champions League final. It is Tottenham versus Real Madrid. Can we get this done? Bellingham finds Mbappe. A slice and challenge, doesn't connect. And now Mbappe is through. He goes for it. It's a big save from the Ukrainian. Trubin gets there. Finds Marquez, big tackle from Hato, and now he's wanting to go from coast to coast as Šeško is away. Šeško is released. Adam is trying to get there. Šeško gets enough to get it across to Brian Hill. The Spaniard scores, and it's 1-0 in the final. Beautiful counter-attack. We break in numbers and make Real Madrid pay. Brilliant ball, and Šeško gets on the end and he sees it rather than going for the strike. Finds his teammate unselfishly, and there's a beautiful slot into the bottom left from Hill. Lovely goal. Breaking through, I don't know what that foul was, but they have the advantage and they're making it count. Vinicius Jr. Brandway with a vital challenge again. Unreal from the Englishman. Big tackle, falls to Šeško. He has options either side, finds Brennan Johnson on the right. Pulls it back to Gabriel Sara, who slots it underneath Courtois. Composed play from the attack of Tottenham Hotspur. And now we take a 2-goal lead in the final. The Brazilian Gabriel Sara, who we signed from Galatasaray, is absolutely outrageous and scores this vital goal. Brennan Johnson's composed, he drops back the other way, and Sara just slots it underneath the Belgian. 2-0. Now we're in control. 30 minutes to go. Sar whips in, and Šeško wins a header. Unreal from the corner. It's a 3-goal lead, and we have taken full control of this final. The corner from Sar is unreal, and he's completely unmarked. And puts it in off the defender's head. He should be doing so much better than that. How has he not kept that out? And now Šeško goes off to a complete applause, and we bring Kane on to enjoy the end of this season as he will retire at the end of the year. Hato trying to get there. Ula does well. Finds it to Valverde. Oh my god, what a strike! Finds it to Vinicius and he just slots it in the top right. Is there a Harry Kane curse coming in here? I hope not. What a strike into the top corner. I was silent. I didn't think there was any danger. And he just wraps it into that top bins. What a strike. Waits for Hato. Now through for Hill. Hill is released. Brian Hill trying to get away from the defence. Peels off to find Harry Kane, who finishes in style. The Englishman will round off his career and retire a hero with a Champions League final goal for Tottenham Hotspur. What an ending. A beautiful send-off for the entire career mode save. Beautiful play from Hill, he pops it back with a Rabona, and a beautiful finish from Harry Kane seals the deal completely. 5-1 win versus Real Madrid. Stepping over the ball, Arda Güler, that is it! 5-1 win against Real Madrid. It was tighter than it came out on the scoreline, but we really ran rampant in the second half. And now Tottenham Hotspur are European champions. Let's go. And so this rounds off a very fun and enjoyable save. I really enjoyed completely scrapping what we had and building something new. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. Tottenham Hotspur being European champions is unfathomable, so I'm glad that we were able to take him on this journey virtually. But our captain, Arnau Martinez, confirms us as European champions. That is it. If you've enjoyed this, please do leave a like and subscribe. Comment any teams you want, anything you'd like changed in the career modes, and try and make them better for you. If you've enjoyed the content, I'm going to put another video in the middle of the screen right now, so just jump over there and enjoy. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely rest of the day, and peace out.